Good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning into Thursday's episode of the Plus Money Sports Betting Podcast. My name is Q. You can follow me on all socials at Bets by Q. And of course, this podcast is brought to you by Black Sheep Betting, where it is a dog's world. Check out the link in the description. It will give you access to the Discord. Look, we're building a winning culture in the Discord. It's all about the dogs. It's all about value. It's all about identifying paths to victories and having a disciplined system. Okay? Yesterday was a tough one. We went 0-2 with two bad beats. Terrible read on my part. Katie McNally looked like she did not even want to be in New York yesterday. And the Astros blanked the Rockies 4-0 when we were on the over. It happens sometimes. You will not shoot 100% from the line in this sport, okay? Look, if chess is a sport, so is sports betting. But that drops us to 3-3 on the week. We're up 1 unit overall. Nothing crazy, but we need to steady the ship. And today, got a few plays that I really like. First up at the U.S. Open, we have Coleman Wong plus 140 over Adam Walton. If you've been following this podcast, you know that Wong has been a cash cow for us, and the number screams value yet again. Let's start with Walton, though. He's been playing some of the best tennis of his career this year. Semifinals in Los Cabos, pushed through to the third round in Cincinnati with the win over Medvedev, and now he's got his first Grand Slam main draw win, taking out Humbert in 4 sets. He's played with confidence and resilience, and that's what makes him very, very, very dangerous. But Wong, on the other hand, he's making history right now. He's become the first player from Hong Kong to ever make a slam main draw, and he did not stop there. He's already grabbed a win here at the U.S. Open after qualifying. His 2025 season record is a modest 27-23, but he's 5-5 against top 100 opponents, and he's already shown that he can punch up with wins like Shelton in Miami. Okay, so the matchup is 1-1 head-to-head. Wong beat Walton last year at a challenger event. Then Walton edged him out in Miami earlier this year in 3 sets. And here's the key. Wong had chances to close that one in straights, but he did not convert them. Okay, that tells me that he has the weapons to beat Walton, but the lapses cost him. I do not think that he will come in here with that mental cloud over him. I think this is an opportunity for him to get revenge, an opportunity for him, just like us, to steady the ship. And even though Walton's ship has been steadier, more experienced in best of fives, but Wong has the higher ceiling here. He's riding history, he's riding confidence, he's riding momentum. At plus 140, this is exactly the kind of dog that we want to back. The play is Coleman on the money line over Adam Walton, plus 140, 1 unit, lock it in. All right. Now, it wouldn't be right if football was back, but we didn't bet it. Okay. I had to do a lot of digging to find this spot that I really do like. So let's switch over to college football. We've got a live dog. I repeat, a live dog in week 1. I'm going to take the spread at plus money with USF, the University of Southern Florida, against Boise State. Plus 5.5 is plus 100 right now. Okay? The market tells you everything that you need to know in this spot, okay? This line spread opened up as a 10-point favorite. It's since been bet all the way down to 5.5. That's not a mistake. There are real reasons to fade Boise State in this spot, okay? Boise is in transition. Last year, they relied heavily on Ashton Genty, who really got snubbed for the Heisman, but he went on to be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft to the Oakland Raiders. With him gone, the offense will shift to QB Maddox Madsen, who did not carry that kind of load before. Without Genty, defenses can really key in, and that makes life so much tougher in the passing game, all right? Meanwhile, USF is stable. They're trending up under head coach Alex Golesh, but they've gone to back-to-back bowl games. They bring back 16 starters from a 7-6 team, and QB Byron Brown is the type of dual threat that can give Boise State some fits on defense. So, in fact, the Bulls should be able to score consistently in this game. And it's in a neutral site opener, okay, in Orlando. It's basically a home game environment for USF, but just not playing, I guess, in Southern Florida. Boise has the brand name, okay, but USF has the roster continuity, the quarterback edge, the location edge. At plus 5.5, at plus 100, the Bulls are the right side to be on. But here's what I want to do with this one, okay? Let's take a half unit on the 5.5. Let's take a half unit on the outright money line. Bear with me for 1 second. The outright money line is going to be, there's value here. The outright money line on USF is going to be plus 180. Okay, so we'll take a half unit on the plus 180. We'll take a half unit on the plus 5.5. My intention was to come in here to just give out the 5.5, but as I'm talking it through with you guys, I'm like, dude, Boise State can lose this game. Okay, so half unit on the spread, half unit on the outright upset. Bulls are the right side of this one. Let's move on to the final pick here, and you're gonna love this one. This is a play in which, look, I hate doing this sometimes, but I gotta fade one of my favorite players on tour. And let's just jump right into this. Stefano Tsitsipas versus Daniel Altmaier. And this one certainly has upset potential written all over it. Altmaier has every chance to push this one deep. And at the very least, I think this does go to a deciding set. But, he just battled past Hamad Medjedovic nearly 5 hours in that first round, piling up 95 winners, 24 aces. He won 81% of his first serve points. That's a serving level that will give Stefano Tsitsipas problems, because when Altmaier lands that ball in, he's been nearly unbreakable. He was only broken 3 times in the 5-hour match against Med. On the other side, Tsitsipas dropped a set to Alexander Muller in round 1. I found that really interesting because, Muller's more of a clay rat, and he was still able to, push Tsitsipas here. He had 7 break points, that he had against Stefanos. Steph was able to, fend them off. But, if Muller can make Steph a bit uncomfortable, Altmaier definitely can as well. These two met in a slam last year at Roland Garros, and even on clay, Tsitsipas needed about 4 sets. Now we're on hard courts where Steph has been spotty this season. The decline of Stefano Tsitsipas, has been one that's been like boggling my brain. But he sits just 11-8 in 2025 on hard courts. You add in the fact that Tsitsipas has been dealing with some back issues. They seem to just happen at random. But this becomes a very interesting matchup between these two. The stylistic angle here, Steph has actually lost his last 3 matches against one-handed backhanders. Ironic, being that he is one himself. And right now, I'd argue that Altmaier's backhand is sharper than Stefano's, right? Tsitsipas does not look comfortable when he's pushed to play first strike tennis. Just look at his matches against Bonzi, his matches against Boo recently, where he resorted to almost serve botting his way through points. If you force him into rallies and take away rhythm, his confidence dips quickly. That's exactly the kind of tennis player that Altmaier is. When he's aggressive off of the ground, I really think this is a good spot for Daniel to win this match. Now, Altmaier does lean heavily on that first serve, and if it's not landing, he will be vulnerable. But when it is, he's dangerous, and right now, he's striking it clean. So the way I see it, Tsitsipas has the pedigree, but Altmaier has the weapons, the confidence, and even a bit of the matchup edge here. I think he's live to win this outright at plus 250. I'd say taking 2 sets feels like the floor, but Daniel Altmaier to beat Stefano Tsitsipas plus 250. Okay, so the card today, Coleman Wong on the money line plus 140. University of Southern Florida plus 5.5 over at Boise State at plus money. That's going to be a half unit on that play, 1/2 unit on the USF money line at 175, 180. And then Daniel Altmaier on the money line plus 250. We're sitting 3-3 on the week, 1 unit in the positive. Looking to break things open with some live dogs here. I'll be back tomorrow with more plus money plays from around the sports world. As always, my name is Q from Black Sheep Betting, and I hope each and every one of you hit each and every one of your bets. Peace.